Hello and welcome to Make It Conscious. This is Max. I hope you're doing well today. And thank you for signing up to this 10-day meditation series. The aim of the next 10 days is really to give you a firm grounding in the basics of meditation, the styles that I practice as part of my own individuation journey. And I hope that by the end of it, you'll be well equipped to take this away and use it to develop your practice in your own time. It's not necessarily intended to be an ongoing program that you then come to rely on a daily basis, but it certainly will be here if you ever need to come back and have a refresh in the various techniques. When we meditate, we're really relying on just three things: the body, the mind, and the breath. We don't need anything other than that. A bit of guidance is helpful. It can give us a steer in the right direction. Meditation is not like any other activity that we do. It's not really even best described as a skill, in that we're not really trying to make ourselves better at something. If anything, it is really a dedicated practice of making the unconscious conscious. And there's different ways it does that. There's various angles it comes at from various techniques. But the vast majority of, certainly my meditation practice, consists of a very simple and straightforward exercise. You may well be familiar with it already. It's simply bringing the attention to the breath. I call this mindfulness meditation because in doing this we are practicing mindfulness, which we define as part of the individuation process as simply present moment awareness. During mindfulness, we are directing consciousness to what is happening in the moment, as opposed to allowing consciousness to be directed by conditioning. And so during meditation, we are dedicating ourselves to the practice of mindfulness. And as we do this, of course, various thoughts and ideas and plans and feelings are going to come up. And they will come up simply because these are things that actually exist in some form in the unconscious, waiting to arise under certain conditions. So we're not really making ourselves better at something, but what we are doing is we are cultivating a more integrated and wholesome state of mind by creating the conditions for these objects of mind to appear. And then when they enter consciousness, we're essentially doing something with them. Consciousness generally knows what to do. We don't really need to think about this. Once we bring something into consciousness, we notice it, we let it go by bringing the attention back to the breath. And essentially by doing this, whatever the object was, it sort of runs its course. And we may have to do it several times, we may have to do it many, many times, and there may be a vast combination of various things arising. But nonetheless, as we do this, as we deal with them in consciousness, they run their course and the mind becomes integrated. So every time we bring our attention back to the object, we are improving the quality of our mind. We are integrating the state of our mind just a little bit. And if we do this 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times over the course of many, many sessions of meditation, we notice a great change in the quality of our mind. We notice that as we go around life, we're in more control. We notice emotions arising. Sure, we notice thoughts arising, but we don't get swept up by them. And so in other words, they no longer have control over us, because they have been made conscious, and so therefore the higher self, the conscious mind, is then in control. So I'm not here to preach the benefits of meditation to you, but I am just here to set a bit of context and a little bit of guidance to kick things off today. There's more to say on this, but for now, let's just put all that to one side and let's just practice. Again, there's nothing to really do here. Not trying to make it complicated. We're just going to find a seat, a comfortable position, whether it's on a chair or cross-legged on the floor. We're going to keep our back straight, but we don't want to be exerting the body in a way that's unsustainable. And at the same time, we don't want to allow the body to slouch and become lethargic. We really want to find that middle with our posture. And when you're ready, just closing your eyes. And just noticing whatever you happen to notice. Whether it's sounds, sensations, thoughts or feelings. Just settling into the space around you. And now just bringing your attention to the breath. Whether it's the sensation of the air moving through the nostrils, or alternatively the sensation of the chest or the abdomen rising and falling. See if you can pick a spot where you feel the breath the most. And set your intention to put your conscious attention right there. We're not trying to control the breath in any way, just breathing naturally. And just bringing our attention to the breath wherever we feel it the most. As you notice the mind wanders, just gently bring the attention back to the breath. There's nothing else to do. There's nowhere you need to be. There is just this dedicated practice of meditation. So I'm going to be quiet now. All there is to do, just notice when the mind wanders and bring the attention back to that sensation of the breath. And I'll come back in a few minutes towards the end. now just releasing any efforts, any focus on the breath, and just noticing whatever you happen to notice. Sights, sounds, sensations, thoughts or feelings. And just noticing how you feel different now from how you did at the beginning of this session. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again. Have a little stretch if you need to. So well done for completing this first session of the 10-day series. I'll close out by saying whatever difference you notice there from the start to the end of the session, set your intention now to bring that with you into daily life and try and maintain that awareness as you get up and go about your day. As much as meditation is a dedicated practice, and we're going to do some real deep work when we train our mind in this way and come to some hugely valuable insights, it also has value in how that then equips us in daily life to respond and behave in a more skillful way. By implementing the other habits of individuation, it allows us to maintain skillful communication, as an example. It allows us to manage our state more easily. It allows us to contribute value and take every opportunity to do so. So just see if you can maintain that as you get up and continue your day to day. And I will see you here tomorrow for day 2 of this 10-day meditation series.